I'm afraid that the government is not yet getting a grip on things. While it is good that repatriation flights are happening, the real issue is that our bases are not getting the protection that they need. We have put British bases in other people's countries. We have British service personnel there, and the government is all over the place. The Deputy Prime Minister has changed the policy this morning about what they're doing to what I asked them to do. I think that they are quite confused at the moment.
Last night, the Defence Secretary John Healey refused to rule out UK offensive action. Is this a signal that they're starting to shift in position?
I think the Defence Secretary is indicating that the position I asked the Prime Minister on Wednesday was correct, that we do need to take some offensive action to protect our service personnel. Whether we like it or not, we have been dragged into this war. We didn't start it. We have allies like Bahrain, Cyprus, who are being attacked because they have British bases on them. We need to protect them. And this is one of the things that I want people to see, that we are thinking very much about the long term of defence. That's why we've got a new announcement on what we can do. We can't wait until after the fact. We've got to think ahead, and that's what I'm doing right now.
And on that announcement, you want to reintroduce the two-child benefit cap for increased defence spending. Why didn't you increase defence spending when you were in government?
Actually, when I was in government, we did increase defence spending. Defence spending went down every year from 1989 until 2022, when the Ukraine war started. That's when I came into government. And actually, that's when I went into cabinet. Actually, what we have seen is a real change in world circumstances. The world is becoming more dangerous, and that's why we need to change policy. I am worried that Labour came in just to give more welfare. The international situation has changed, and they're not ready. They are slow. We still have HMS Dragon in Portsmouth today, 2 days after the Prime Minister said he was sending it out there. And we're hearing all sorts of rumours that this is because of union activity and so on. The government does not have a grip. They are not ready.
How much further are you willing to go in Iran?
So my view is that we have to do everything we can to protect British bases and British service personnel. If people are shooting missiles at them, we should take out the missile launch capability, not just try and stop the missiles. It is not enough to catch the arrows. You want to stop the archer as well. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm asking the government to do.
Is that not risking an escalation?
The escalation is the firing of missiles on British bases when we weren't involved in this in the first place. I want to see a de-escalation, but sometimes we have to take difficult decisions. We need to do the right thing, the tough thing, not the easy thing. The government is burying its head in the sand. I want them to get a grip.
I don't know if you've seen it, but the White House has been tweeted edited videos of Hollywood films and attacks in Iran. Do you think it's appropriate for the White House to be doing those kind of things?
Well, the current White House is very theatrical. I'm more interested in what is in the British national interest rather than giving commentary on what they may or may not be doing. And the thing that I'm worried about as leader of the opposition is that our government had plenty of notice about what was going on and just chose to pretend nothing was happening because they were scared. Too much dithering by the Prime Minister. He needs to get a grip. This is not just about the US now or even Israel. It is about our allies in the Gulf, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Cyprus, for example. What are we doing to make sure that the world is safer? Looking away and pretending it's not happening is not a strategy.
Just moving on to immigration now. Labour's immigration announcement yesterday tightened the rules around asylum. Do you welcome the move?
Well, I think that Shabana Mahmood is doing a lot better than many Labour backbenchers. I welcome the moves that she has made, certainly on restricting even legal immigration. This was a policy which Conservatives have put out, extending the time for indefinite leave to remain. We support her. We know her backbenchers don't support her. I am not sure that paying people £40,000 to leave the country is sensible. She is stuck doing that sort of policy because she won't leave the Convention on Human Rights, which has gone well beyond its initial remit.
So that's national done.
Okay.
This morning I chaired another COBRA meeting as we continue to coordinate our response to the situation in Iran and the Middle East. I know that people are worried sick about their family and friends who are caught up in this, about the impact on our lives and our economy, and about the potential for even greater escalation. They can hardly believe that yet again we're seeing missiles and drones falling and civilians in the firing line across the region. So I want to reassure the British public about the action that we're taking. While the region has been plunged into chaos, my focus is providing calm, level-headed leadership in the national interest. Our number one priority is protecting our people. And that's why, long before the US and Israeli action last weekend, we had already deployed additional military capabilities to the region to defend our interests. And I want to pay tribute to our brilliant armed forces. Throughout January and February, we were moving defensive assets to Cyprus and Qatar. Fighter jets, air defence missiles, advanced radar, and systems to take down drones, to ensure we were in a heightened state of readiness in advance of any conflict beginning. I can announce today that we're sending 4 additional Typhoon jets to join our squadron in Qatar, to strengthen our defensive operations in Qatar and across the region. Wildcat helicopters with anti-drone capabilities are arriving in Cyprus tomorrow. The Defence Secretary is on the ground in Cyprus right now, coordinating our work and managing our brave servicemen and women. We're deploying HMS Dragon to the Mediterranean. And we have allowed the US to use British bases to conduct defensive operations to take out Iranian missiles before they're fired at our people and our allies. We will maintain this shield over British people in the region and our allies. We are working to strengthen it every day. And we're working as fast as possible to get our people out. As of today, over 140,000 individuals in the region have registered their presence, enabling us to get them the information and the support that they need. We have rapid deployment teams on the ground in Oman and Saudi Arabia. And our consular teams are helping hundreds of the most vulnerable individuals. Despite airspace closures, we're working around the clock with airlines, travel companies, and governments to open safe routes home. More than 4,000 people have now arrived back in the United Kingdom on commercial flights from the UAE, including vulnerable Brits identified by our teams. A further 7 flights are due to leave the UAE for the UK today. And I can report that our first charter flight from Oman took off a few minutes ago. We will lay on additional charter flights in the coming days. British Airways is putting on daily flights from Oman, and we will keep working with all of our partners to increase the speed and capacity of this airlift. I want to be very clear. This is a huge undertaking. It's one of the biggest operations of its kind, many times bigger than the evacuation from Afghanistan. It's not going to happen overnight, but we will not stop until our people are safe.